Jacaranda FM cares. Good morning, angels.
It's a very special morning for me this morning because I get to be out and about chatting to a very special young man that we heard about. You may have seen him on the videos on jacarandafm.com. You definitely heard him on the station last year. And his name is Sipho from the Ndlovu Youth Choir. I have Diane in studio with me as well.
On the 23rd of July, the Ndlovu Youth Choir will be doing a fundraising a concert for Operation Healing Hands because they've got the doctors, they've got the hospitals, they've got the prosthetics, they've got everything, but the consumables needed for these surgeries that they do, they need to raise funds for.
They need the funding for
and that is how they got to meet and hear about Sipho.
Yes.
So Ralph is sitting here, and he's usually the one talking first, and you're not this morning. So tell us about how did Operation Healing Hands hear about Sipho's situation?
Well, we were approached by Helena to do the fundraising concert on the 23rd of July at the Atterbury Theatre, little plug there. And we're just too thrilled to do it. It's wonderful for us as an organisation, although we are part of the Ndlovu Care Group, which is a charity in itself. One has a responsibility, I think, to give back as well. And then I started digging around and seeing, what is it that Operation Healing Hands does. And when you dig a bit deeper, it's absolutely incredible how they literally give people a second chance at life. And I then contacted Helena. I said, well, we do have one of our choristers, a guy who's been with us from the very beginning when our choir was founded, and Sipho has progressed so amazingly. He's now my assistant. So in fact, all the good music you hear, I just claim, but it's all Sipho. and Helena didn't think twice about it, and we're just so grateful that Operation Healing Hands has come to the party and to help Sipho. We're very thankful for it and very excited to be part of this amazing initiative.
Just tell us a bit about growing up.
I was raised by my grandmother, which is a mother to my father. Mm-hmm. My father was not working at that time, so my grandfather and my grandmother raised me up. Yeah, so I had a passion for music. Mm-hmm. So at a very young age, I started fiddling on the piano, and word of mouth came and invited me to audition in 2009 for the Ndlovu Youth Choir. So Mr. Ralph Schmidt gave me the opportunity to be in the choir, and that's where I developed my self-esteem and my self-confidence.
You said your dad wasn't earning a salary. How did your grandmother look after you? Where did she find the means to do that?
Farming. My grandmother used to plant a lot, your mangoes, your guavas, your sugar cane. So she would go around and sell, and then she would be able then to take care of us.
And then you looked after your grandmother. Is she still with us?
No, she passed on last year.
Sure.
The wheels changed, so I had to now look after her with the little I got from performing and singing. So I had to be the breadwinner for her. Yeah.
That couldn't have been easy to say goodbye to your grandmother like that.
It was the saddest time in my life.
Looking at you, I would never know that you've been struggling with something for all of your life. Tell us a bit about the issue you've had, or how people would put it as a disability growing up. What was that like?
It needed me to be strong. Mm-hmm. I had to be strong. Even from school, when I was still in primary, you would be teased at, you'd be called names. But then you had to be strong.
And it's an eye condition, right?
Yes, it's an eye condition.
Do you know what it's called?
Strabismus.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what's the effect of that? How does that impact on your vision and your ability to see?
No, I'm seeing properly. It's just that my eyes are squinted. So, yeah, vision-wise, I see properly and everything. It's just that I don't have direct eye contact. So that's the problem socially. It gives me a challenge because people will fail to understand. People will fail to have that right connection, eye contact, and so forth. But I decided to accept it and not make it a hindrance or a boundary for me. So I decided to overlook it and be strong for myself and for my fellow choristers too. don't get stopped of doing something just because you have a condition.
I'm grateful that we have our angels here, and that they can do something about it, and we can switch it up and change it up. Who knows? We might see you on the cover of something very soon, eh?
So, Dr. Helena, what are you going to do for Sipho in this Mandela Week?
Well, we're very excited because one of our professors is operating on him. So in one of our day hospitals, so we've now expanded to a lot of day hospitals as well, and they've come on board to support him. So we've got another little boy that's also got strabismus. So they both will be seeing each other in the hospital, and then what they're going to do, they're going to tighten the muscles on the side where the eyes turning towards, and then they correct the squinting. The problem is, if you've got severe strabismus, then sometimes you can only correct the eye a certain amount at a time because it's too much if you correct it all the way. So he probably had severe strabismus as a child, and they could only partially correct it at that time. But now it's good because now it makes the operation more. It's easier to correct it now because we already had a partial tightening done, if I can put it that way. So the thing is, Professor is very positive about it. And he said he thinks everything will be going really well, and they'll be able to correct it completely at this stage. And so now you're also less scared because you're a big man now.
Yeah, no, strong.
So yeah, he's getting his surgery this week, and I'm very excited.
I am too, and I'm very grateful. I'm very, very.
No, it's a big pleasure.
Thank
You see, you looked after your grandmother for the longest time, and now we have Operation Healing Hand stepping in to look after you because we want to see you on that stage. We want to see you thrive. And yeah, like I said, I'm very, very proud of everything you've achieved thus far. And Operation Healing Hands, baie dankie vir julle.
Dit is 'n plesier. Ek het vir Prof gesê hy moet reg wees vir die konsert.
By the 23rd, he must be.
Ja, ek
he
het
must
Prof gesê hy moet hom vinnig
on stage.
opereer. Ek wil
Needs
hom
to be
reg ek wil
ready.
hom sien wat die uitte
Okay, en hoe lank vat dit? Hoe lank?
die prosedure.
Ja, in die hersteltyd.
Dit gaan hy gaan 'n oogklappie hê vir 'n paar dae en dan sal Prof hom opvolg, maar die prosedure self sal seker so 'n uur en 'n half
Okay.
se chirurgie wees.
No, it's only a pleasure, and also to Jacaranda FM and the listeners. You guys have been amazing to us from day one, so we're very, very grateful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. So, Mr. Sipho Hlaze, the last time we saw you was in studio and you were going to have your operation and you had it this morning.
Yes, I had it this morning, 11:20 to be exact.
And how do you feel now?
I feel good. I feel good. It was such an experience, and I believe I'm gonna be well. Yeah, it was painful, but the staff at this hospital was very, very, very attentive. So yeah, I feel very good now. It's a new beginning for me. It's a new era. So some perspectives have to change. And some directions have to change as well. Where I couldn't reach before, now I'll be able to reach. So that's why I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful.
That's beautiful. And you know, you've got the support of all of us from Jacaranda FM, Good Morning Angels, all our listeners. We're behind you 100%.
Thank you to Jacaranda FM. Thank you so much. You are power. Thank you.
Jacaranda